Well, happy Friday, everybody. How you doing out there? Hope things are going well for you. We're having a nice, cool, rainy day today, and it's supposed to change into snow later tonight, so we'll see what we get. Anyway, it's time for this Friday's shout-outs and Groaner of the Week, and I have to start by apologizing to Moon. If you remember last week, the joke I did was contributed by Moon, and I referred to Moon in the feminine. And unfortunately for me, Moon is a gentleman, and so I must apologize for that major guffaw. And so Moon, I apologize to you, but please do check out his channel. It'd be worth your while to pop on over there and say hello. Anyway, we'll get on with today's shout-outs. So our first one is for Miss Happy. And Miss Happy does a vlog, and it's mostly about food, and she shares with you what she's eating through the day for breakfast, lunch, supper, whatever, and she does it both in English and I believe it's Spanish. I'm not a speaker of Spanish, but from the inflection, I'm thinking Spanish. If not, Miss Happy, please correct me. All right, but check out Miss Happy. You can't go wrong. It's just kind of a fun, nice little short video, so it doesn't take a lot of your time. And I know she'd appreciate your support. The next one is Tim's World. That's Tim with an apostrophe S, World. He lives in Amish country and has a great sense of humor. The last video I saw of his, he took the old song Cinnamon Girl and changed it into Mennonite Girl as he was driving around the countryside. So he takes you for rides and plays some good music. Sometimes he takes you to his church where they're doing praise music, shows you things he's found. He's quite a collector. He goes to garage sales and flea markets and just drives around the back roads looking for what he can find. And he seems to have quite good luck at finding some interesting things. Me, if I do that, all I see is junk. but Tim has a knack for finding really good treasures amongst the trash, so to speak. So check out Tim's World. Our next one is Eastern Explorer, a young fellow based in New Brunswick, Canada, and does a lot of exactly what it says, exploring. He goes out in the woods and the highways and byways of New Brunswick and finds all kinds of interesting things and shares those with us. So check out Eastern Explorer. And the last one for today, although definitely not the least, is Terry Carter. Terry does a lot of historical things and looking at findings that turn our accepted history on its head sometimes, including having found some Egyptian hieroglyphics in the Grand Canyon area. So yeah, worth checking his channel out. It just gets you thinking. So often we just tend to accept what we're taught in school, and like we know it wasn't Columbus who discovered America. The Vikings were here long before he was. So sometimes what we're taught in school is not what was actually the truth, and definitely worth checking out Terry Carter. All right, time for the Groaner of the Week. Are you ready? Well, here it comes, whether you're ready or not. Young lady had been on a dating site on the internet and weeded it down to a few gentlemen she thought might be what she was looking for, and ended up actually making a date with one fellow who, as it turned out, lived in her town. So on the evening of the date, he picked her up, and he's dressed very, very nicely in an expensive suit and Italian handmade shoes, and he's got a beautiful luxury car sitting at the curb, and she's going, ooh, that's pretty nice. So he opens the door for her, she gets in. Well, from the time they pull from the curb till they get to the restaurant, all through the meal, all this fellow does is talk about himself. I was the star quarterback on my football team in high school. I was on the basketball team and lettered. I was one of the best players on the baseball team, and I was a county all-star. And I did this and I did that. And then I went to university and I was the valedictorian of my graduating class in university, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and on. And now I have my own company, and I'm feared by many others, and very successful, and I do well, and And by this time next year, I plan to own my own plane, and I this and I that, and just that's all he talks about is him. Well, finally, after an hour and a half of going on about himself, he looks at the young lady and says, "Well, that's enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me?" Oh. Well, the next day at work, one of her coworkers, a friend, comes up to her and says, "Well, how was your date last night?" And she said, "Well, turned out he was a self-made man who worshipped his creator." Boo. There's your groaner for the week. Don't groan too loudly or you might have your neighbors call in the police or the ambulance. Anyway, until Tuesday when we go into some baking or cooking of some sort, I haven't decided what I'm going to do. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.